Why, hello there. Good morning, everybody. Don't mind my messy hair. It's still a little wet, but I'm so happy to be here because I love the holidays. Hey. And I love seeing you guys today. So hopefully you're having a better hair day than I am. But yeah, I guess my hair's just excited. It's like sticking straight up. But it's good to see you here, Steve. Annika, I see you there. Awesome. Good to have you here, Froja. Susan, Cody Bear's in the house, Andreas. Audio and video are good, fantastic. Lumberjack Paul. This does have to deal with my theme today as well. So this is going to play an important role. This red and black buffalo check, buffalo plaid, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to make a party invite. I'm glad you guys are here. And yeah, let's just kind of take a look now if we can. We're going to do all of this in Illustrator. And if we end up using other apps, that's okay too. So, all right. Thank you, Michelle. You are too kind. I think it's a little messy, but that's okay. Hopefully today finds you merry and bright, right? And we're going to get this party started. Yeah. So, yeah. Throw on some lights. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of think winter Christmas like with this pattern, by the way. So that's what I'm going to start making, and then we're going to work with some text as well, right? So just I have a couple different themes. I've kind of decided on, if I grab this one here, having a party, and this is a real thing, by the way. So I'm not just like making this up. Having a Feliz Navidad. So we're talking, lots of plaid, plaid and plaid shirts, tacos, things like that. Okay, so that's the idea. Peppers, right? So that's what the theme is going to be today. Feliz Navidad. Let's go ahead and just have some fun today, shall we? Don't worry, it's all going to be like holiday themed. I think again, we're just having a fun take on the holidays. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to make a pattern if that works for you guys. Hello there, everyone. Stoney's in the house. Ooh. And boom, there we are. There we go. Hopefully that works. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go into preferences. We'll go into guides and grid. So I'll just turn this on, right? A grid line every 10 pixels, subdivisions 2. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. So to activate it, you got to jump down here. Yes, it's under view. You got to show grid, boom. And then you have to snap to grid as well. So that's what I'm doing. I know it's right down there. Snap to grid, like so. Then I can start sort of creating a lovely pattern, right? Our buffalo check pattern, right? By drawing this out. I already have some of this drawn out, just kind of speed up the time, right? Here's our, oops, cancel out of that. Here's our, just a red rectangle, okay? And we're gonna be able to change this color as well. Guides and grids, who would imagine? Like, yeah, groundbreaking feature there. I mean, it is very helpful. Hold down the shift key just to constrain it. I want to have a black and And to top it off, I'm actually going to be drinking some peppermint stick coffee. That's the coffee of the day. It's actually going to be the coffee of the month as well. Nadia, I see you here. Good morning. Awesome. EA Design as well. Muriel. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on chat there. So we did this, right? This is pretty straightforward. But if you look at this pattern, by the way, if I can kind of zoom in on this a little bit more, you can see this obviously has more texture to it. So we want to get all of these little like grid lines in there as well. So let's jump back. And that's what all this is, right? We'll kind of move this over. These are just, as you can see if I open this up, 5 pixel squares. More like 5 pixel by 10 pixel rectangle, but I'm offsetting them like so. I'm going to knock this out, and then we're going to reuse it and change the color. So this will actually go pretty fast. As soon as I get this set up. Let's lock down that red so I don't accidentally select it. And yeah, what's everybody doing for the holidays, huh? What are you guys doing? You guys living the life? You living the dream? I hope so. Oh, did somebody say pancakes? Ah, Richard. Pancakes, my favorite food group. Love it. We will bring this down. In fact, I'm going to do this really fast. I'm going to turn off this guy. And I'm going to select these. I love pancakes. Boom, there we are. So that's what this looks like. I'm just creating this pattern. This shouldn't take very long. It's really straightforward, right? But let's just grab all this content and go down like so. Perfect. Okay. I don't need all of these. I'm going to chop these off. Bam. Take that up. And we're pretty much done with our pattern, right? So there that is. Turning back on our black square. Taking all these, grouping them, and moving them down here. There we are. We're done. We're done with our pattern. Okay, that didn't take too long. Checking out. All right. Richard is having pancakes. I'm so jealous. All right, so here is our pattern. We'll see how this looks, this little dark spot right there. But yeah, you could see all this content. And this is my pattern, like so. We will take that. We'll make sure everything is unlocked. Yes, it is. Okay, good. And that's what we want to do. We want to turn this into a pattern. So we can just take this and drop it right into my library. What it does, excuse me, my swatches panel. You can see it right here. Here's my new pattern, swatch number 13. Double click, and now we can edit this pattern. But you can see what it does is it tiles it. That's just one way of making a pattern. It's just a real quick way, and we can see that pattern sort of propagate throughout. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. Click done. Call it a day. Let's have some fun with this pattern. Let's bring back our text, shall we? You think one of the black squares should be fully red? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Oh, thank you so much. You're right. Yeah, and I planned it that way. Cody Bear, thank you so much. Thank you. This should be fully red. You're exactly right. So we'll just delete it. Yeah, I just needed to look down at my shirt. But we start to get an idea for this pattern. Right down here, we can actually get an idea for the pattern if we turn off dim copies. Now we can see we have that pattern. And even though it's kind of like a bitmap pattern, it does give you that element of stitching. So yeah, thank you. Thank you, Cody Bear. I was like, huh? You're right. So jump back out. You know, again, you don't really even need this pattern. You can push it off to the side if you want. Whatever. Let's take this Feliz Navidad. Let's have fun with this. Let's maybe get rid of that. Let's just grab a circle and then just have some fun with this circle by applying it like so. Okay, so here's the pattern. Okay, pretty straightforward, pretty large. Okay, if you want to scale it down, how do you guys, I'm curious as to how you guys scale down any patterns in Illustrator. There's a couple different ways to do it. Oh, by the way, I want to know how many people like have a plaid shirt. like, actually, it might be even easier to say, like, who doesn't own some form of a plaid shirt? Because the whole idea is, like, you're supposed to wear your favorite fleece or plaid shirt to this party. So I'm kind of curious about that. Okay, so in here, a couple different ways to resize. You could use the scale tool. If you use the scale tool and you hold down the tilde key, it's the little squiggly line, and click and drag, you can basically shrink that pattern, right? If you hold down the shift key, you can actually constrain it. So this is a nice visual way just to change this pattern size. Okay. Oh, Megan, very uncanny. You do not have some sort of fleece or a plaid shirt. Oh man. Well, shame on you. Shame, shame. All right, did I just delete all my text? Oh, there it is. There it is. Let's have some fun with this text now. I feel like that's the next element that needs some work. Hide grid. Yep, that's right. Command. These two shortcut keys get to be important as you start to work with grids a lot. So Shift Command apostrophe, if your fingers will reach, and Command apostrophe. So anyways, let's get rid of all that craziness. Let's grab our text, make it white, make it merry and bright. Use scale pattern, but not object from the scale dialog. Okay, cool. So thank you for that. So do you do this? Because you could also do it this way. If you double click on the scale tool, it'll bring up this scale dialog, which might be what you mean. I scaled this down uniformly 31%. But in here, you can say, you know what, don't transform objects, right? Just transform the patterns. So here this is how you take that down even further. I don't have it selected, but let's select that, double click on our scale tool. It already scaled it down 31%. I want to bring that up to 100, right? We're previewing it, and all I'm doing is transforming that pattern numerically, if that makes you feel better, right? You can do the same thing with these like rotation tools. Let's take rotate tool, hold down the tilde key. Again, the tilde key is going to modify the pattern inside. And sure enough, we can kind of give that an angle if we want to as well. Cool. Hello, Froges. I see you over there. Murals here. So let's take this. Let's grab a more fun font, huh? Because right now this is boring. This is a favorite font of mine, Climate Crisis, even though it's kind of sad. Ooh, come on now. Look at this. I did not even know that was in here. Look, Christmas Mint Regular. I don't think this is an Adobe font. No, it's just an open type font, right? And there it is. Oh, that's a fun. I think this might be the one that I ended up using. So, but it totally works. So, anyways, happy you guys are here this fine Friday, December 3rd. You got it, Michelle, Joanna. All right, so this is our fun text, right? Let's take that, let's cut it. Let's just put these on two separate lines. Right now we can have sort of Feliz Navidad, right? Right over here, instead of using the scale tool, I'm going to use the shear tool just to give this like a little bit of an angle. So I'll typically do that just to make it look like a little bit more organic, right? Is just use the shear tool to give it a little bit of flavor, just like that. I usually tilt it up like so, right? And just makes it look a little bit more organic, right? So there we have our text, right? We could play with this some more, and I'm going to, not to worry. All right. In fact, this is what I'm going to do. You ready for this? Let's throw a background color back here. Let's flesh this design out some more. Make this a warm tone. Has a little bit too much green in it. There we go. Warm it up. Warm it up. And let's go into view. Let's make sure we're snapping to... Yeah, we can snap to pixel. All right, so there we go. Yeah, let's get rid of this. I don't even need this anymore. It's getting in the way. How's everybody? Does the tilde key work outside of Tulsa? I'm missing the joke. All right, so this is nice, right? It's not quite standing out. So I'm gonna try a couple things. I'm gonna do more things with the pattern. In fact, what I want to do is I want to add a stroke to it. You know, again, I can make this black. That doesn't work. We always have this issue, right? Of these letters kind of like running together. It doesn't work for me. Go to the appearance panel. You know, you want to add a fill on top of that, right? The fill is going to be white. Okay, and then we can add a stroke in there as well. I'm going to put the stroke underneath the fill, right? And I can control sort of that thickness right in here. So that is my stroke. But rather than just going with like a black stroke, what I want to do is I actually want to use a fill color. So let's try that. Or excuse me, using the buffalo check pattern that we've made, right? So I just clicked right there and it added that buffalo check pattern. Let's turn off that background. You can see what this looks like here. So that's what I did. I basically added that buffalo check pattern. You can see it right here. Oh, right over here, I've added that to the stroke. Ooh, I like this. I never knew that this popped up. Click to activate to the topmost stroke. Oh, there's a blank stroke up there. That's not even needed. Boom. All right, so I accidentally added maybe a second stroke. Okay, now here's where we get into something interesting. I need to now scale down this pattern inside of this stroke. So again, same process. I can double click. Take this down 30%. Oh no, that's gonna happen too because I have transform objects turned on. Turn that off, right? And now take this down 20. Is it working? I don't know if it's working everybody. Let's try this again. Tilde key. Okay, so it is working. I'm using the tilde key because I have this stroke in the selected. Basically, it's in front. I'll hold down the tilde key, and now I can scale it down on the stroke. Holding down tilde, holding down shift, and I'm shrinking it down. Get back in there, Paul. Get back in there. Tilde key, shift key. That's the problem. Tilde key, click and drag, shift key. I should be making it smaller. There we go. There we go. So it is working. Select the objects. They're selected. There, so we can all see it. Scale tool, tilde key, click and drag. Hold down the shift key. There we go. Perfect. That's what I wanted. So you guys see what's going on in there? I'm just kind of scaling down this pattern. Cool. Cool. All right. Emma, hopefully that makes sense. If you group text and add a new fill and stroke, you won't the outline conform to the text outline? I'm not sure what you mean there, but it should. So either way, I have this looking good, right? I'm kind of into this. I'm into just this nice pattern. Hopefully you can see it on the live stream, right? I really got to zoom in so you can see that pattern. But I could also increase the stroke width as well. So take that up. There you go. Maybe that looks a little bit better. All right. Cool. You guys get it? And then I have this background, right? I don't have these matched up, but not to worry. I'm going to be changing this. I'm going to make a bunch of more patterns. So let's do that right now. Let's take these two. Let's move them down. Let's come up here and let's make some fun flags really fast. Geez, I want to do a couple things. Let's take this. By the way, I've already made a bunch of patterns. They're all in here. But let's just take that, drag that over. We've duplicated it. I've made this new one, right? So this new one is going to be a green version. So all we need to do is jump in on that duplicated version, selecting that color, of course, change that to green, right? And now we have our green one. Click it, done. Ba-ba-ba-ba. So I'll do that maybe a couple more times. Drag that over for this new one. Instead of green, we're going to go with a gold. Done. Am I using the yellow background? I'm not sure, Joanna. I needed to be able to see the white type. So yeah, so that's all. I could always change it. But right now I'm just going to add some additional elements. Let's try another color as well. So let's duplicate this. What other Christmas colors are there? We did green. Should we dip into the blues? Yeah, why not? We might not use them, but let's go ahead and make some flags because this is Feliz Navidad, right? Let's make some fun flags up at the top, right up here. So let's get rid of that stroke. And again, here we have our pattern. Scale that down about 30%. Oh, maybe make it even smaller. Oh yeah, that looks good. I'm just gonna make some flags now. Let's change this highlight color. Do something like that. Okay, maybe I'm not crazy about the blue. I'll go ahead and click add this green one. There that is. Let's duplicate it. Red. Zoop. Bring that over. There's our gold. Maybe a cream color? I don't know. Orange? I did an orange earlier. Let's make it orange. Is that what these are called, Cody Bear? Are these called bunting flags? Because I never knew that. Maybe we'll make sure there's more red and green in here. Just to really sell the Christmas theme. But I kind of feel like there's like little Mexican flags like this. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Okay, can we just say... I don't know what I'm doing. I just thought I'd make some little flags. Let's put them on a string. What am I doing? Is this working? Yeah, allow yourself to make mistakes. It's all good. All right. Okay, sure. Let's do that. So this is what I want to do. I want to take these elements. Maybe I could space them out evenly. Yeah, we could do that. select all of those. Let's group them. And then I will actually warp it. So let's go to Object. We'll go to Envelope Distort, Make with Warp, right? So that's why I want to just kind of arc this, not upward, but downward. Because I just want that perfect little curve with this little banner, right? So we can nest that up at the top, like so. Cool. What about a tree color to downplay it from being too color? So yeah, colorful. Like a green? Oh, this is interesting. It actually kept my patterns straight. I didn't know I was going to do that. Cheers. All right. How about if we make or create some other design elements, since you mentioned tree? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's, yeah. Let's take a star. Yeah. Let's pick a green. Let's click. Yeah, do I want all those points? I don't think so. I want 3 points. There we go. Here we can make a quick tree. Boom. Dun, dun, dun. Right. Probably scale these up a little bit. Maybe each one I'll scale up a little. Zoop. Yeah, pretty straightforward here. Here's all these. Let's go ahead and give them the green pattern. There we go. Rick H., you bring up a good question. Here we go. Thank you. Right on. Rick H. for the win. And notice how it did not distort the pattern. Let's go in here. Let's see if this works. So we're going up. We're selecting this object, right? We have the warp. The edit envelope is what we're editing, right? These are some of the settings that we've changed. But right down here, there's this little box of additional options. So if we go in here, if we distort pattern fills, clicking there actually does bend it. So Rick H. for the win. Thank you, Rick. Put some fleece ball. Oh yeah, let's make everything. That's probably overkill, but yes, we could do that. But I want to create additional elements as well. Because this says it's a lot of fleece, but it's not. I need to focus on the Navidad. So right now we have, yes, we have these elements, which again are great. But I want to have some more sort of Mexican elements to this. There's our little balls. By the way, I usually have this set up. Sometimes when you make items really small, it's hard to grab it. And instead, you're like, you know, it's like it's going to rotate it, maybe stretch it, but you can't actually move the element. It's because these dots are all way too big. Typically have that set up for you guys so you could see them. But if we go into the selection and anchor display right in here, you could take this down to something like much smaller. Make all those handles much smaller and easier to allow you to select the object as opposed to rotating it and all that fun stuff. All right. Just going to move that around. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Cool. Cool. Like a chihuahua. I'm thinking like, just think about iconic elements. I'm thinking about like a pepper. So, in fact, let's hit N. Let's grab my trusted Wacom. Let's flip that. There we go, like a pepper. And that's all I'm thinking. Let's get rid of that. Let's give it just a nice little end as well. Kind of like that. Checking the time, it is, well, it's 8:30 my time. Still is snapping to the grid. We'll go down here. Actually, let's turn off snap to pixel. That might be what's not enabling me to get this just right. But okay, there we go. It's just a small detail. It looks fine. There's my pepper. Let's call it a day there. So, boom, boom. Group it. Zoom out. See how this is looking. Let's do this. Okay, so here's another idea. You ready for this? Are you ready? Let me see if I can see chat. Hello, Jimmy Collins in the house. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Joanna Lynch, that's exactly what I was going to draw. I looked up, saw yours, because yes, we have this tree. You know, why don't we do a cactus instead? So sure enough, let's hit I just to sample that. We'll use a rounded rectangle. Zoop. Another rounded rectangle here. One down here. Right, let's actually make this one longer. Like so. That'll go kind of like all the way down. And we can give these a little bit of a rotation, maybe. Or we can even bend them a little further, but stretching that out. Heck, let's just do this. Let's just move a little faster, Paul. You guys demand to be entertained. It's like, you must entertain us. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my darndest. Why can't I scale this thing? What is going on? There we go. There we go. Maybe you like those patterns in there, like how it's changing, or we can make it all solid. So we can always do that. Boom. I don't know, thoughts? We want to curve some of these. Notice how these are sharp corners. Yeah, let's fix that. Jeep. Bend that out. Bend this out. I think it'd be nice if this was curved as well. Just curving out these points, making it nice and soft. That's the idea. Something like that, okay? Yeah, why not? There's our cactus. We could put some string lights on it as well. all that good stuff. Yeah, it's okay. I don't know. Thoughts? Let's put it in something. Needs to be like in some sort of pot. Let's throw it in a pot. Let's make sure these two ends. Sorry, I might be covering this up a little bit. We do something kind of like that. All right. Done. Okay, so there that is. Cool. Lumberjack wood. Oh, yeah. All right. Pot with a big red ribbon. Let's talk about ribbons, shall we? I mean, we could talk about ribbons. Let's see if I have ribbons. Let's see if I have any ribbons in here. I have so many things in here. Oh, I do. Okay, so, yeah, this could use a ribbon. This definitely could use lights. It could use a ton of things. Let's make this smart, okay? So let's just do that. We're gonna make some lights really fast, okay? I'm gonna try to do this as fast as possible. Light. Lights, camera, action. What are we gonna make this? Yeah, this needs to be black. A black line. I said a black line. There we go. Make that a little larger. Thinking through this. Searching in my brain for stuff. Let's do this. Let's grab a star. Click once. 5-sided? No. Let's actually just kind of go through this. We're gonna draw out a star, and yeah, maybe this is the right shape. I don't know. I just want enough points where I could round it. Round those. Stretch that out. Yeah, that's not quite it. Gosh, why don't I just search for lights? Okay. Why am I making this so hard on myself? Here we go. We need some shape like this. That's what we need, right? This is ultimately what we're making. Okay? So that's easy enough. Let's do this. You ready for this? Pen tool. Zoop, zoop. There we go. Reflect vertically. There we are. Command J to join, Command J to join. These, we know there's 2 points there, so we can go into simplify and see if that would get rid of those 2 points. Yes, it does. Right, so simplify actually made this, again, look much better. There that is. Let's round the ends, right, just softening that up, and now we can throw a color in there, and that took way too long. Sorry that took so long, everybody. Throw a little highlight in there. A highlight on our light. Oh, that took a little bit of time there. I'm so sorry. Man, I wanted to make that much faster. But let's make our holiday lights. We want these to be perfectly even, by the way. So let's just give ourselves some more breathing room. Let's move this all down here. And let me know if you guys have questions. What's going on? Sorry, I have not looked up at chat in a minute. Let's take this. Let's just group it. Let's group this. Drag this up. Rotate it. All right. And here this is. All right, so there we are. There we go. All right, let's turn this into a brush now. Take that, drag it in here. We're going to make this a pattern brush, okay, because we want this pattern to repeat inside of it. Sure enough, there's our repeating pattern. Let's make sure the corners are being manipulated effectively. There we go. It's kind of bending them, but not to worry. Key color is going to be red, right? We can do the tints and shades or hue shift. So I'll change this to hue shift, and that'll make sense in a second. Click done. There we are. Okay, so we did that. That took forever, but we can now decorate all of this using that lovely brush that I just made. So it's right down here. Select the brush, hit N for pencil, draw that out, and there it is. Right, notice how large it is. Let's jump in here. Let's take this down about 50%. Apply it to the current stroke, and there we have that. Okay, let's take this down more, 20%. Apply to strokes. There we are. Okay, so now we have our lovely lights that we can hang everywhere. Right. Nice thing is I just have to make this once, right? Just like I made these other items, right? You mentioned banners. Guess what? I have a ton of banners in here. So if I decide I want to, you know, have a banner right here that kind of curves, and maybe I'll decorate this tree really fast. Give me 1 second. There we go. We've decorated it. I want this to hang down a little bit more. There we go. We did it. We did it, everyone. Very cute. All right. You know, put lights on all kinds of things now. Would the warp tool be good for bending the lights, etc.? Yeah, that could work. The nice thing about this is, like, I could come in here and if I wanted to, again, I can bend things, but I have just so much more control when it's a brush. So think about, like, even having a circle. Right? Here's our circle of lights that we could surround it with. So we just have a lot of control. Now we even have more control when it comes to colorization. So let's change this to pink. And I don't know what I'm going to fully get, but here we go. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so in the brushes panel, if I go in here, I change this to hue shift. It shifts the key color actually should be not black. Key color needs to be like green or red or one of these other light colors. So that's what I did. Changed it to green. So anywhere, let's change this back. Let's change this to black, right? hue shifts all those to black. I'm going to take this up to pink. It shifts it. This was red. Now it's pink. Let's shift this some more into, say, purple. Right? It shifts that color into purple and shifts the other colors as well. So all this does is gives you a lot of versatility with the one brush you make, enabling you to change the different colors. I'm not crazy about how the warm colors are on one side and the cool colors on the other, right? Yeah. Let's try this really fast. This worked at one time and then it didn't. Okay, you ready for this pro tip? I was just blown away by this, right? I didn't know this for years, okay? You ready for this? Richard Thomas Given, right? So I was like, you know, if you double click in here, you want to change the original object. Where's the button that says change original object? You really can't do that, but what you can do is you can, for this brush, let's just move this up so we can see it. Go to this pattern brush and click and just drag it out and drop it on. And these are all the elements, the original elements that make up this brush. So again, that's how you access the original elements, right? So we can see the corners. From here, I just ungroup this. I'd get rid of these, right? But that's how I would basically change this. Any way you want, right? And then you drop it back in. Okay, so that's all. That's all. Okay. Oh, man. Just making round versions. But I gotta get this done. There we go. Sorry I was being so quiet. Shame on me. Done. Now we have 2 sets of lights. Look out, world. Look out, world. Let's change these to red. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to take this. I'm going to chop it. There we go. Half of this. Let's select a banner. Shabam. Let's get that banner in there. That's what I would do, right? Use this. For this one, let's take a look at it. Key color is, let's do a hue shift, for instance, right? Doing the same thing, but in this case, we could change this to green, to red, to whatever. Kind of needs to be maybe a different color, but there we go. Boom. We have our little banner that we can go ahead and put some text on. But that's what I would do with this part. Start to drop in some text. Let's change that to green. Alrighty. Group X. There we go. Just trying to get all the elements on different layers. But anyway, there that is. Let's fast forward a little bit, shall we? Have this done. Guess what? I have a bunch of other icons that I can use. So based on what we've done, there's a pepper. Here's like a horn. But we could play with this stuff because I think we have something cool going on for Feliz Navidad. Select this. Let's throw, you know, a pattern in there. Let's make sure the fill is in the front. Something like that. Sure, let's do that. How's everybody doing right now? There we go. Let's use this one. There we go. Don't mind me. Just picking out some different patterns. Ultimately, what I would do is probably scale down the pattern, the original pattern. Why is it not changing that? Why can't a text element be taken into isolation mode? It can, yeah. Do you have it grouped into something else? Yeah, that's what I would love to hear. So, okay, let's try this. There we go. Now it's working. Since I wasn't in isolation mode, I wasn't able to scale this down the way I wanted to. But now I can see, I can scale that down to say 10%. There we go, done. Okay. There we go. I don't know, there's too many broken up elements in here. There we go. Fun, fun, fun. All of our stuff. Let's put all of this beneath that content. Thanks. He could use a little Santa hat. That would be fun. And yeah, there we have it. How we doing, folks? How's everybody? Nice frosty margarita. That would be good. Why can't text element be taken into isolation mode? Yeah. So basically, if I take these two and I group them together, group, if I double click on it, now I'm in isolation mode, right? So I'm within this group and now I can edit the text. But maybe yours is working differently. I don't know what's going on there, buddy. I'm sorry. All right, let's add some more text in here. Let's actually ungroup that stuff. Ungroup. Actually, just need that text. Maybe I want it to be the same, maybe a little bit different. To heck with it. 12th. Work it, Paul. Hurry, hurry. Superscript that. We'll just decide it's December 12th. Zoop. Oh, it is time, folks. Let me open up my final one, by the way. I can't believe it. So yes, I've already created all of this. You just kind of saw me recreate it, but here's the final one, as you can see, with all the lovely elements in it. So hopefully you're into that. Shift F. There we go. Bam. Feliz Navidad, everybody. Have a good one. So good to see you. Hopefully you guys like this. I think this turned out pretty well. Right? So that's the idea. Cool. Cool. And there's all my personal information, apparently. Hey, that's okay. All right. So thanks so much, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed this stream all about sort of creating your own sort of party invite in Illustrator. Thanks so much for watching. And yeah, I think we got Terry White up next, and also daily creative challenges as well as I take a peek at the schedule. Terry's going to be up. Portrait retouching sounds like fun to me. So thank you so much, and join me later as we do some surreal winter scene in Photoshop. I'll see you guys in an hour and a half. Thanks so much. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. See you guys. See you guys soon.